Welcome to the birthplace of Orchids Pearl Manuka honey from South Australia, where the land shines like polished glass, untouched and sparkling under the sun. Where Manuka bushes thrive in the pristine remote wilderness, kissed by the golden Australian sun and nurtured by crystal clear rainwaters. Here, in nature's own silence, our bees dance from flower to flower in a world kept spotless by Mother Nature herself, to bring you Orchids Pearl, liquid gold from unspoiled landscapes, dark, luscious and delicately coating the taste buds with pure elegance and complex hints of herbs, earth and wood, a symphony of unspoiled pleasure. From nature's purity, we step into where the Orchids Pearl magic happens, where we test every batch of your honey, making sure it's as pure as the raindrops that nurtured the Manuka flowers they came from.
We are one of the largest suppliers of Manuka honey in the international markets. In particular, we export a lot of our Manuka honey into China. We are very blessed with this amazing luxury food product, the Manuka honey, that we have the availability of many different ranges of Manuka honey, in particular from MGO 15 plus all the way to a very high MGO, which is present here in Australia. I think that we all have to develop a much more stronger immune system, and therefore they are going to be less prone to infectious diseases.
So Nick, I did some research, and from the article, I go to the Manuka honey history. It was said from 19th centuries, so Manuka honey already was consumed.
Yes.
Is that right?
Correct. So our factory here has been operational for many years. Obviously, we were actually extracting from our hives a lot of Manuka honey back in the the late 1980s and 1990s. And at that time, because we didn't know the value of Manuka honey, we were actually using it as normal Australian honey. Obviously, once we have become more aware of the kind of unique properties of the Manuka honey, we very much have been collecting it and packaging it on its own as Australian Manuka honey.
Why Australian Manuka honey is so high quality?
Yes. What is happening is that over the last probably 10 years, there's been a lot of evidence, particularly looking at the genetic species of the Manuka trees. So we now have over 80 species of the Manuka trees that produce Manuka honey. Now, most of them are present here in Australia. New Zealand is also another location that have a Manuka tree. They only have one of the species. This is the Leptospirem scoparium. One of the best ways for us to analyze Manuka honey, which is analyzed both here in Australia and New Zealand, is to measure the MGO, which is the methyl glycol. So the methyl glycol has been shown scientifically to be the antibacterial effects of the Manuka honey. So because we have a lot of extra species of the Manuka trees here in Australia, we can now actually produce some very high MGO levels. One of the great things about Australia is that it is a very big continent, as we know, and it's a massive continent. Therefore, the production of Manuka honey is coming from wild Manuka trees. So because we have the right environment here in Australia, where you need to have actually kind of a wet winter and a dry summer, that provides the best climate for the production of high nectar. Manuka honey is probably one of the healthy carbohydrates available to us as humans to consume, and obviously the use of energy so we can operate our body is very important. One of the important aspects I think in the Chinese culture is the consumption of tea, and the use of actually incorporating honey into that daily routine can be of extra benefit. That may give us digestion improvement over time.
So is this a great expensive gift for friends.
It is. Even at that particular high MGO, there's only a limited availability every year. And some years, if the weather is not appropriate, we may not be able to produce significant amounts of this high-grade Manuka. The good thing is that because it's very strong, obviously people do not need to consume significant amounts.
Nick, last time I was told the baby over 2 years old,
Yes.
they can eat the Manuka
Correct.
honey, right?
So there's no issue with babies over 2 years old. There's been very rare concerns in the very, very young babies because they haven't developed an immune system. Certain foods are not ready to be consumed for babies. And that's not only for honey, that implies for many other natural foods, provided to us by Earth.